Hi, I'm Kenneth WAJDA. I'm a professional photographer here in Colorado. Welcome to another one of my photography talks. Today I'm going to talk about Russian cameras, specifically the Fed 5. So a photojournalist I used to work with sent this to me and I just contributed it to my studio, and it's an old Russian 35mm camera. I'm pretty sure it's a Fed 5. That black tape isn't covering the Leica symbol. I'm betting it's covering the Fed 5 symbol, and there might be something else it's covering. It may be something broken under there, and I don't want to mess with it, because if I do and it doesn't go back, I figure I'm in trouble. So this is not machined like a Leica, and that's why they don't cost like a Leica. This is a very simple camera. It's got a meter in it. The meter cell you can see here, the meter doesn't seem to work on this. It may have a battery. I don't think I even checked, because I would just use this with Sunny 16. Why would I even put a battery in this? But I think it would be a meter that doesn't use a battery. But it's the kind of camera that, again, if you just want a simple camera you can use Sunny 16 with, and it's a little different looking to walk around with. I would like it to say Fed 5 right on it. I think that's kind of a cool part of it. And I like the fact that it says Made in USSR right on it. But there's nothing very elegant about it. There's no film in here. You can, the whole operation of it feels a little clunky, but it works. And the rangefinder works, although the rangefinder patches this tiny little part in the center. It's very not elegant at all. And it's got a Jupiter 8 50mm f/2 lens. That's considered a good lens. You can actually take that screw mount lens off and get an adapter and use it on your digital cameras, and it's a known quality lens. Although everything Russian tends to be, the caveat that I hear from other photographers who are using Russian cameras is you can find a good one or you can find a bad one. You can find a good lens, you can find a bad one. There wasn't the best quality control, and so they're not always guaranteed, but there's a lot of good ones out there, and they did do good work. And the one thing I've always heard, any camera, not just this one, but anytime that shutter speed turns and resets when you are advancing the film, it's a good idea not to change the shutter speed until it goes back into position. So you can see it moves and then it comes back into position. And also, I also don't understand why you would, because you don't have to remember that. They say, you can break a shutter if you move it before you advance, but the truth is, how could you move it? Because it's not lined up and pointing to the right shutter speed anyway until you advance the film. So I don't see that as much of a problem to remember. Nothing very spectacularly beautiful about it, but it's simple and it's Russian and it's a conversation piece. If you're sitting at the pub and you're sitting next to somebody and they ask what it is, and you say it's a Russian camera, it's like, what? That's not something that people have ever seen. And I think you can get these for under 30 bucks. And like I said, somebody sent it to me, and it's a good gift. It'd be fun to run a raw film through it, even though that rangefinder patch isn't the easiest to work with. And I'll let you know how it goes. I'll put some pictures below once I get a raw film through it. But that's the Fed 5 Russian rangefinder, probably I think from the 70s or 80s. And the lens seems like it's got, it has a good feel to it. And the aperture ring moves smoothly. So again, check it out. If you're looking at one, make sure everything's working on it. Make sure your shutter speeds are all sounding pretty close, and you might have a good one. All right, that's today's photography talk. Have you used one? Any Russian cameras? If you're enjoying these, hit the subscribe button. If you can contribute, please hit the Patreon button, and thanks so much for watching. We'll talk photography tomorrow.